today we're going to be trying out the Lava Golem Amaryllis build that we saw on the latest episode of What Are They Cooking? And yeah, that build was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. The Lava Golem has like a couple neat points of synergy. Of course, you play it with Volcanic Counter, it's another fire for that. You play it with Trade-In, which you always play in Amaryllis, and it's another level 8 for that. And it kind of just like stacks with the Hidden Armory restriction. And then also you can equip it with Vengeful Servant if you like Mark of the Rose it, and then it goes back to them and they burn for 3,000. So it's got some pretty funny stuff going on in here, although we did have to sort of clean out a lot of the deck to make room for this. So I ultimately ended up having to take out the traps. I could have left in a few traps, I guess, but I decided it was better just play like Brain Control plus Treacherous plus Lila, because I wanted to keep Lila in. I think that card was pretty good. Of course, we're on the cards that go with Volcanic Counter, including Card Destruction and Burial from a Different Dimension. So just trying to play like a super aggro burn strategy here is the game plan. On top of, I mean, yeah, it's like just taking the Amaryllis burn to the next level. So I've never really played like a triple Lava Golem all in on this kind of strat. I've like teched in one Lava Golem before and I didn't really like it, but we're going the whole way this time and we're going to see how it does. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's take a look at a couple of the replays. So first match is up against some like insane mega like zombie main decking zombie world floodgate annoyance. Fortunately for us, we have the Lila here, so we can get rid of this stupid thing. And we go end phase mill 3. We don't mill jack shit. Quite a bad mill. All right, though. We can go for Amaryllis here. At this point, it seems like the back row is not bottomless, so or we can go for Titanial. I decided to hit straight into their guy, whatever. They get into Plague, which I could have just hit over that, actually. In hindsight, I decided I wanted to make Brio so I could, like, get this stuff out of my hand, I guess, but I don't know, maybe I should just hit over that thing. He could have just brought it back, though, but he just brings it back anyway. He decides to make Goyo Guardian to steal the Brionic, and then the Brionic pitch, but we end up negating that. Why he pitched Return is a little odd. I guess he didn't have a whole lot of setup for it, but I don't know. He could have gotten into a Mizuki somehow, probably. Or I guess he went for the Plague instead. I don't know. Anyway, we bring back Amaryllis, and he goes Phoenix Wing on our guy, which is whatever. We go for the DDR. We go DDR, pitch, bring back Lone Fire, go into Titanial attack, and it's our worst nightmare. It's the Spirit Reaper, and then they draw Zombie World, and it's like, oh my god. My deck doesn't work anymore. We gotta out it again. So we hit into the Spirit Reaper with the Amaryllis, and then we go ahead and we set the Raikou. He draws into Book of Life, brings back the not the Colossal, the Goyo Guardian. Now we draw into our first Lava Golem ever. Take out a couple of his things, just run it over. So that Lava Golem was definitely just needed as a problem solver. This time we take out the Field Spell, Tribute Summon, Amaryllis, attack. Amaryllis going to go off, inflict 800. Opponent gets a zombie or a Goblin Zombie from their deck. We just hit over the Lone Fire, and then we bring back the Amaryllis. Here they're going to just hit over our thing. They could have maybe stacked for Plague, done something. I don't know. I made a mistake. I forgot that this DDR was on the field. I wanted to get another DDR, but yeah, I guess I should have just held off on that Hidden Armor usage is what I'm thinking. So here he goes for the Flamvell or Quizos, and then stacks for Plague, and then makes. I mean, no matter what he makes here, it's not great. He could have made Colossal and lived, I guess, but now he's going to die. He's going to die a painful death because like he just made a Thought Ruler with no way to protect it. So I guess he knew about the Mark of the Rose, so he's probably just screwed either way. But yeah. All right, game number 2, we draw a not awesome hand. I guess it could be worse. It could be worse. We have some potential maybe plays here. I decided to just Tribute Summon the guy. Attack, okay. Book of Life being used, and then he goes for Hades. Then he stacks for Plague, and I feel like he's finally going to make Colossal Fighter this time. But no, he makes Red Dragon for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. I could have just made a Colossal. Now we're gonna finally get the maximum value possible out of this Lava Golem. We're going to do 7k damage in one turn. We're going to steal the thing, attack for 3,000, Hidden Armory for our brick, and then send it back, deal 3,000 more, and then in the standby phase, the Lava Golem does another 1,000, so he goes down to 0, and we successfully pull off the Lava Golem OTK. So that was fun. That was neat. Next matchup, we're up against Hero Beat. Pretty good matchup for Amaryllis. Definitely better than Zombies. God, Zombies is just like Yeah, that was outside of Blackwings. I think Zombies the one you probably least want to run into. I think that's probably right. So here we go for Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Lone Fire, Titanial, attack the thing, and then just like none of his back row do anything, which is weird, but okay. And then he hits over my guy with the Honest, which is kind of fine. Standby phase, I think we get sparked. It's kind of whatever. We go Lila, hit a random back row. I'd hit one of these two, of course, because those are the first two set, and we hit the road, so no more Starlight Road. We try to attack in, and we deal some damage here. Mills some cards, feeling pretty good. He just summons a Deep Sea Diva, hits over our stuff, and goes into an Android. He Solemn Judgments this Brain Control, which is... I don't even know if, looking at his hand, if this was the right play. He only would have died because of Vengeful Servant. But, like, you're really going to be playing around Vengeful Servant? I don't know. Did he know? Did he know? He just knew, man. I don't know. So he goes Deep Sea Diva. Here he probably should have just made Catastor and killed Titanial, but he kills the tokens for some reason, which is... I don't know. I don't know why he did that. We get Deprisoned, which is... It's, like, fine. We put it back with the Burial. We set... Our thing is a bluff, and like any top deck here basically wins us the game. Lava Golem, trade in, you know, Raikou is good. Yeah, Raikou's good enough for sure. He goes DD Warrior Lady, which I guess is annoying. It'll out the Amaryllis, but it doesn't really matter. Raikou goes off. We don't take any damage. And we mill, I think, a Volcanic Counter, so that's just like he can't win from this point. He goes Gemini Spark. It's fine. Doesn't matter. There's literally nothing left in his deck he can summon to kill me through Volcanic Counter, so he just dies. He didn't even realize, but yeah, there was just no win situation for him there. So game number 2, I think I sided minimally here, but I didn't bring in the outs to Fossil Dyna, so we kind of just lose game 2 to Fossil. I was like, dang, should have brought in all the Smashing Grounds and stuff, but nope, I did not. And I think game 3, I just, like, didn't side at all, if I'm remembering. Well, we'll get to that when we get to that. Yeah, here we have to... This is such a bad play. I shouldn't have even done it. I should have just, like, not played around the back row or something, but then we would have lost, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. We just needed to have our stuff set up earlier, because it took too long for us to get the Mark live, and we took too much damage. So game 3, we're just, like, playing raw game 1 pre-board list, because I was too lazy to really side. He goes Rhoda for Alias, and then... I don't know why he went for Alias, actually. I think Warrior Lady is a better out. Yeah, this just, like, wastes a Gem Spark. And then I think I set the Dandy because we want to get a plant to the grave. But he knocks it. Okay, we end phase Typhoon. And then we go for trade-in. Nice top deck. Draw 2 more. Set the Raikou, pass. We have to take out the Dyna because we didn't board into outs for Dyna, so it's like kind of awkward. We got to get rid of it the second we see it, basically. And here we just set Plague and pass. Maybe I should have just summoned Lila, actually. Yeah, maybe I should have just summoned Lila. We go DDR, but he has the Bottomless, but we have a... This might have been a super greed play, actually, but I felt like there's no way he has 3 active back row. But he actually did, and he just kind of set them all. So... A little, yeah, if we'd had heavy, I guess we would have won the duel, but we did not. So he takes 17 here. We draw into... This kind of unfortunate sequencing, actually, because if he had that Starlight Road earlier, then we would have just, like, won the game. But now that he draws it now, he also just wins. I thought I was dead here, actually, but I was actually not dead. Actually, I was double not dead because I had Gardna. So, yeah, this was dumb. But, we're still kind of have a chance. I could have Gardna to maybe save some life points, but we just draw double Golem, and there's no way to do it with double Golem here. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we could have... I think maybe the one turn was too greedy. We made a couple misplays in the mid-game of Game 3. On top of that, we should have just brought in triple Smashing Ground, because you know they're bringing in Fossil Dyna. So, I don't know. The laziness sort of hurt me there. But I do think overall that this build felt a little bit gimmicky to me compared to the normal one. I think there's no way the normal build ever loses to Hero Beat. Like, whether you side deck or not, I just don't see it ever happening. And yeah, I mean, the Lava Golem was decent when we drew it, though. I gotta say, like, most of the times here it was bad because we just had 2 of them. If we'd had 1 of them and then maybe another useful card, maybe it would have been fine. But yeah, we drew 2, so I don't know. But earlier we did have some good value out of that Lava Golem, out of the Spirit Reaper and the Goyo Guardian, and then we had of course, the legendary OTK. So I gotta say there's definitely some merit to it. I think the Vengeful Servant felt like really extra to me, though. I think if I played this deck in the future, I would just take that out. Because it's just like a terrible draw. It's just like a terrible draw at any point. So maybe just like take that out and put something else in. But personally, I prefer my like normal build still. I mean, I think the hamsters are just like the best approach to the deck, honestly. But this build does have, it's got some cool stuff going for it. Even if I think the Vengeful Servant OTK is a little bit weird. So I definitely enjoyed it. I had fun with the list. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.